This is my first YouTube video. My channel's gonna be related to autism, Asperger's syndrome related videos, so like Q&As and talking about Asperger's in general. I thought this would be a good idea because I like to share different stuff, and I don't really like talking to people face to face because I feel quite anxious, so I thought that YouTube would be a good way because I also don't really like writing that much, so and I thought it would be a good idea to interact with people who have Asperger's, and especially girls, and especially people who have been diagnosed, and I thought it would be a good idea to interact and make friends with people with the same condition as me. So in this video I'm going to talk about people's perspective on Asperger's, how people see it and understand it, really. In this video I don't want to sound harsh or anything. This is just my view on how I think people see it. It may not be how everyone sees my Asperger's, and but the majority of people, how they understand it. So I wrote everything I wanted to say on these two pieces of paper because I am quite a forgetful person, and I tend to talk about stuff and then I go on and on and on about something, and then I'll go on and on and on about something else, and then like I'll lose track where I am and then start talking about something else, and then it just makes no sense. So I wrote everything down what I wanted to say really on pieces of paper, and I'm just gonna like talk. And I think in my future videos I won't do that, but just for this topic because I believe it's quite an important one to talk about. And so I hope you enjoy this video, and yeah, so stay tuned, and I'm just gonna read what I wanted to say really. So how people view as not just like Asperger's, like individual people with Asperger's, like a perspection. Mostly just wanted to sort of talk about how if a person knows, I mean not all the time, but sometimes, the occasion, the person knows somebody with Asperger's. So like if the person knows somebody with Asperger's, and they only know that person, then they see someone else with Asperger's, and they're not exactly like that one person. They know. People just sometimes say, oh, you don't have Asperger's, you're not like this. I've seen other people with Asperger's and they have it, and know and think, and they just think that they can assume somebody because somebody is different than that other person with Asperger's that they know, and you're not like that person, so they think that they think that they can assume that you don't have it because you're not like that person. So like there are certain people I've seen on YouTube that who then people just like insist commenting on the videos and saying stuff like oh, you possibly can't have Asperger's because because you're nothing like that person, and sorry, I lost where I am now. Because you're not like this. I've seen other people with Asperger's and they have it, and yeah, just certain people on YouTube, they insist commenting over and over on other people's videos how they can't possibly have Asperger's. I just think it's A, ridiculous, to assume that you can't, that I think it's ridiculous that people can assume that they can judge someone by a video or lots of videos, because you don't know how they cope with things. I mean, obviously it's be okay with him. You think that everything will be okay with him, but like because he decided to do a video, but if something went wrong in the daytime that they're not used to, or they have a panic attack, meltdown, shutdown, whatever, anything could happen. You don't see that in their videos. They're not going to put a video that they're not comfortable with. So the other thing is, sometimes people say because people wear makeup, people wear makeup, they don't have Asperger's, because I sound intelligent, you can't have Asperger's, all kinds of things, you know. And you know, it's just silly, really, that someone that people view disabilities like that, because it's a disability, so you have to look disabled. That's what people assume a disability is. You have to look disabled to have a disability. Well, no, not necessarily, because just like with Asperger's, people with Asperger's don't look disabled, and it's a disability. So and obviously, like, that's not how that's not how I think it is. I think it's ridiculous, really, to think, but it just annoys me. Yeah, there are people who are disabled that unfortunately, you know, are in a wheelchair, and it's really, really sad, you know. But it's obvious they're disabled. People are gonna assume that they're gonna say like, oh my god, you can't have a disabled because you don't look disabled, and because they're in a wheelchair. So people, it's obvious that someone will think that someone's disabled because they're in a wheelchair, but it isn't that obvious with Asperger's. People are just harsh, really, and it's just not very nice, really, to assume that someone's disability, you have to act or look a certain way to be disabled. That's because wherever or not you have an official diagnosis from a trained psychologist, which I do, it doesn't mean that you do or don't have something. I mean, especially if you're diagnosed, I understand how people can. I don't understand how people can constantly say it's wrong. Well, I'm sorry, people studied Asperger's for years, and they know what they're doing when they diagnose a person with it, and they have qualifications, and you can't just go and look at someone's video and just assume by that video that they don't have Asperger's, because people don't say everything in their videos, and you can't just judge people by a video, really. And it just annoys me, and people need to be more, you know, like self-minded. And especially it seems with Asperger's people, it varies so much between people. Sometimes people are ridiculously clever. And it's probably just like because they're really good at something that happens to be art or maths that looks intelligent. So like I study art currently at college, and I found out that was my hidden talent, art. So and people say I'm not smart, like because people assume that intelligent people don't have Asperger's because, you know, they're smart, and people think that to have a disability you have to be stupid, which is just horrible. And I don't understand how people can be so harsh. There was anyway, all kinds of things, you know, they can say all kinds of harsh things, and because it's a disability, so you have to look disabled. No, you have to be stupid. No, that's not it. To have a disability, you don't have to be stupid. You don't need to be in a wheelchair. And it's just ridiculous how some people, that's how some people seem to think it is, and obviously I don't think it is like that. And there are like other people who haven't found what they're good at yet, and so maybe they didn't do so well at school. Like me, for example, I didn't do very well at school. I didn't pass most of my exams, but that doesn't mean I'm stupid, you know, because I may not be smart at putting things down on paper, but doesn't mean I'm not like intelligent. Yeah, so I just wanted to sum everything up now. Just because somebody doesn't look disabled, it doesn't mean that they are disabled. With Asperger's, you can't just like look at someone with Asperger's and say, oh, but they don't look disabled, so how can they be disabled, you know? It's not like, it's not like that really. And people need to understand certain things. So I think I've said everything that people assume what aspergers is. I'm not saying that everybody thinks this. I'm saying that certain people do, and I've experienced certain of people. So, yeah. I mean, there are some people who are like, who understand it very well and accept you, but there are other people who just aren't like that, and it's a bit, well, you know. I will be doing future videos related to aspergers and going into more of the topics, so like communication wise and how I see things in the world and how I observe and see the world. So I will be doing more videos on that in future videos, and this video was just like to say hi, I guess, and welcome to my new YouTube channel vlog, I guess. So I hope you carry on watching my videos, and I'll try to make them more interesting. But this was just like a intro kind of, and what not to say to someone when you've seen the video. So I hope you understood everything from this video, and I hope you liked it, and I hope you subscribe, and I'll be very grateful if you do subscribe. So yeah. Also, if my social medias are I have a Facebook, but that's just like my private Facebook with my friends, so I can't really give that away. I have an Instagram account, which is Paulina, that, what do you call them, dash things, with, and then Edinska. I should probably write that down. I'll like write it down and then I'll hold it up, because I think that'll be easier. You can't lose it. Right, sorry. Should probably do this before starting the video. Anyway, too late. My Instagram is I also have a Tumblr, which I shall put as well. So this is my Instagram. I hope that's not upside down. Yeah, and I'll put my actually. My Tumblr is like related to I blog quite a bit about aspergers and depression stuff. think that Tumblr is like a more of a personal thing that not many people view, so I kind of like to rant about stuff like that. I like to rant about stuff on Tumblr, so feel free to follow me on that as well, and it is holyhideoutyouth.tumblr.com. So I hope you can read that as well. That and it's not upside down, so thank you for watching this video, and I don't want to make this video too long, but it's 20 minutes long, so sorry that's quite long. I hope my future videos won't be that long. So thank you for watching, and I shall talk to you in my next video.